to the We Got Notes podcast hosted by your cinema connoisseurs. That includes myself, Shawn, that's Shawn Edwards, and my girl, Fahnia Thomas. Now, check this out. This is the only spot with two certified film critics in the building, offering uninhibited and jocular chats about film and television.
Hey, that's right, Shawn. Each month, we'll bring you stories from sets, tales from behind the scenes, and movie reviews, plus some TV thoughts from the latest releases. Because we got notes. So chill out, grab a snack, and vibe with us. And if you got notes, let us know. Drop them in the comments. We might read some. Welcome back to the We Got Notes podcast. Thank you for joining us for episode 10, Shawn.
Yeah. 10 in the bag. 10 in the bag, baby. 10 in the bag.
Today, we are going to dive into our first TV series, which is going to be really fun and juicy. We're going to talk about Harlem. It's in their third season, their final season, which I have thoughts and notes about, obviously. Let me read you the synopsis. For those who don't know, you should know, but just in case you don't know, this is what the show is about. So the series follows four females who met while attending New York University and are now in their 30s living in Harlem as they try to balance love, life, and their careers as working professionals. So season 1 came out in 2021. Season 3 just dropped. I think there's 2 episodes out right now, maybe 3 by the time our podcast airs. So
real quick. I got the cheat codes. I've seen all 6.
Oh, so have I. But we can't do any spoilers.
No, we can't talk about it. I'm just saying. I got friends at Amazon.
Yo, you locked in, and I know your friends at Amazon gave you that crazy embargo list.
Yeah, you have the same friends. Yo, no, the embargo list was nuts because it was broken down to like super specifics.
Yeah, which I'm like, oh, is this why we don't do a lot of TV reviews? Because
we wasn't going to spoil. It's enough to talk about without spoiling. I just wanted to go on record and say, so people know when they hear me talking, I know what I'm talking about because I've seen all 6 and I've seen all 3 seasons. But proceed. Sorry.
Yes, we locked. No. This is what we do.
Proceed.
So this is what the synopsis for season 3. It says, after a shocking season 2 finale cliffhanger left audiences on their edge of their seats, Harlem season. I don't know about all that. It was a pretty basic cliffhanger.
Is she pregnant or not? Like, I think we've seen that one before. It wasn't no who shot JR situation.
Right. It's pretty typical pregnancy, death. Like, okay. So Harlem season 3 will follow the core 4 women on their precipice of change like never before. Whether it's motherhood, singlehood, sisterhood, complicated career journeys, or even more complicated families, our stylish and ambitious best girlfriends strive to finally choose themselves above all else.
That's a hell of a synopsis. I wonder who wrote that, man. They were throwing in some words.
Listen.
The precipice. Like, really? Okay. All right. It's cool, though. I like it. I love it.
You love the synopsis?
No, it was a well-written synopsis. Okay. And the delivery was dope.
Thanks, Shawn.
And the delivery was dope, man. You was handling them big words. You must have did well on the SAT.
Listen, I do have a master's degree, believe it or not, even though sometimes it doesn't sound like it.
Real quick, for anybody just joining in or for people who listened previously, we train Black folk. I study film. You have a master's degree. We know what we're talking about. Proceed. I just want to get that out there. This ain't random. Like, I'm not an auto mechanic who loves movies and just started a podcast. I'm just saying. Yeah, I study this. You
got credentials, okay? Yeah, you got some experience.
Just a tad bit of credibility.
If I might not say, we might have like decades on decades on decades.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm already mad at the last podcast we did on the Oscar recap. So I was looking a little bit of 12-year slavish.
Stop. You were giving Blazer. What do you mean?
I know, but I didn't feel like I threw that ring light in the trash. I got a new ring light.
Okay.
Vanity. The vanity of it all.
Listen, we're in the age of it, so.
That ring light didn't do me no favors. I threw that thing in the trash and dialed up Amazon. Not the studio, but the one that delivered the packages. Which is
you learned. See? Yes. This is growth.
Yes, this is growth. Which is the theme of season 3 of Harlem. Growth.
Hey, come on, segue.
Great transition and segue. Growth.
Okay, let's talk about the characters. So first of all, I'm so glad that season 3 brought in Kofi. But anyways, we got Meagan Good. We got Shoniqua.
Yes.
And I'm gonna mispronounce her name.
No,
her last name. Shandai? Is it Shoniqua Shandai? And I feel bad because she is my favorite character. Right after Jerrie Johnson. Like,
really?
Love her. Oh yeah, Shoniqua was my favorite. My favorite.
Well, how's Shoniqua your favorite and Jerrie your favorite? Which one's your favorite? Jerrie or Shoniqua?
Shoniqua. Shoniqua is my favorite. I
will say this. Shoniqua is my favorite, but Jerrie has the best storyline.
Oh yes. Well,
Yes.
We'll get into it. We'll dig into it.
We're gonna jump into Girls Trip, the Broadway musical.
or what? Get Out.
That was last season. That was
right. That was season 1. We also got to talk about Mr. Ian. Tyler.
Wait, but you skipped over Grace? You skipped over Quinn, Grace Byers.
Oh, Grace Byers.
Which is easy to do. She had the weakest storyline.
Ooh.
Well, it's okay.
Yes.
Let me just look. I love Harlem. I love the premise, but we have to be honest. This show is not exploring new territory.
No,
it's not. Look. This show is not like buying a brand new pair of sneakers at Foot Locker and opening up the box like, oh man, these kicks are fresh to death. Nah, this is more like Designer Shoe Warehouse or Off-Broadway Shoes. You know, where they send the shoes that used to be dope there. They still new, but they not trend setting. You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay, they're not setting trends.
This is Marshall, TJ. This series is like Marshall's TJ Maxx.
No, sir. Hold on. No. Because the visual of that is something different. Visually, Harlem is not TJ Maxx Marshalls. Maybe the stories minus the queer Black female, right? We don't get that. Harlem season 1, huge fan. Even season 2, I give season 1 5 out of 5 claps. But
I like the show, but it's not fresh.
It's there's certain aspects that are fresh. This was our Sex in the City. This was a Sex in the City for girls that look like me, and I was like, yes.
Okay, that's true. That's true. And this thing does some things better than Sex in the City, and it does some things tragically the same as Sex in the City. The biggest thing that it does, that Sex in the City did, that as you get deeper into the seasons, they abandon Harlem. Like Sex and the City abandoned New York. It's Sex and the City. The city was New York. And by the time they got into the later episodes, they abandoned the city. Like season 3 is dope, but I feel like they have abandoned Harlem.
Yes, I would agree.
But season 1 was authentically Harlem. Like season 1 had you wanting to jump on Delta Airlines and flying straight into LaGuardia and getting on the 1 train.
Yes, and that is why I feel we're going to get back to this.
Getting off on 125th Street.
That's why we need a season 4. That's why I'm so upset that this is the final season. I feel like season 3 is rushed. I know, again,
but I think it's because Meagan opened her mouth and dropped a production spoiler because she's like, they're thinking about doing a movie. And I'm like, child, no, because we saw what happened when Sex and the City did those movies. Those movies were terrible. Those movies were and I watched those movies in real time. I was a working professional. I did the junkets and everything. Those movies were tragically bad.
Those movies were tragically bad for the upper echelon film snobs. Someone like me who went to the theater, dressed up with my friends in anticipation. It was an event. We all dressed up. We went to dinner first. Okay. We had our martinis. Now,
it was Barbie before Barbie. That's right. I remember that. It was the Barbie thing before Barbie. Where
it was an event.
The event, not the movie.
They had us hook, line, and sinker because the fan base was there.
So you want to see a Harlem movie?
No, sir. Too soon. Nope, not at all. Really? I feel like because this series hasn't had enough time to flesh out. No, I'm going to be honest. Season 1, 5 out of 5 claps. Season 2, 4 out of 5 claps. Season 3 for me is like 3 out of 5 claps. I don't prefer this season. Season 1 and 2, great.
No,
Season
it's a
3,
good
it just
season.
feels rushed.
Season 3 is great, but it feels like it's one of those seasons where they do a part 1, part 2.
Well,
But
I
there
feel
is
like,
no part 2 coming.
yeah, that's the problem. Like, this is it. Like, we're invested. We need
There's
season
no
4.
way this is it. There's no way this is it.
I mean, from your lips to production to everyone else's ears, I mean, you can tell that like Malcolm D. Lee isn't directing. You can tell there's different writers. It's just rushed. I don't care for how Camille is like navigating her life. I want more for her. I loved her career choices and decisions. I love this motherhood journey that she's on. I feel like it resonates. And this is a new storyline that a lot of shows aren't doing and don't touch. I feel like, yes, give me more of this, but give me less of her like goofiness, the sexting and like the excessive texting and like being thirsty AF at this age and this point in your life. Like,
they did
no.
make her. I was a little disappointed. I mean, it is tough to talk about this because you can't really give away plot points and spoilers. But I didn't like the way they made Camille so thirsty and so clueless and so lacking of independent thought in making a major decision. Because look, full disclosure, both you and I are both parents. So we've been down this journey before, and it just felt false. Even with the baby daddy character, it just like nah.
Yeah, like the thing. Here's the Ian can totally be. You can have your sex buddy, that's fine. But like at this age, you know the rules of the game. Like don't get goofy and clingy. Like wait, no.
It was too silly, cheerful, playful for that situation because we all know it doesn't go down like that. And just, I would have liked the tone to be a little more serious with that storyline, but it is what it is.
And that's why we need season 4. I feel like Ian was brought back way too soon. I feel like this is the end. So they're just rushing things. Like, we don't need to see Ian right now. Like, give her another love interest. Give her something else outside of her career or dating.
Yes, there needed to be there was no jousting. Like it was too easy. That's not real life. And that's where I think I was most disappointed is because it had felt so authentic in season 1 and 2. And then this felt like it felt like to me, each episode I was watching was like a recap.
Yes, it does.
Felt like each episode felt like a recap.
They could have
developed like a story that was progressing. It felt like, okay, we're gonna recap 1 and 2 with 6 different recaps.
Yes, like come on, we deserve better. Unlock more about her mother relationship. We get to see a little bit of that now that she's on this motherhood.
Now the secondary characters are dope because you got Joie Lee, you got Jasmine Guy, you got Whoopi Goldberg, you got Bevy Smith, and each of those deserve their own. Like I didn't get a full story arc from each one of those characters, and I love Whoopi Goldberg in this role.
I love Whoopi Gold's character and how she plays her. Oh.
Yes. And even Jasmine Guy. Like, it's like, I mean, it's good to see Jasmine Guy. Her dad was my religion teacher when I went to Morehouse.
Wait a minute. Jasmine Guy's dad was your religious professor at Morehouse?
Yes. She used to come into the class and he'd be like, this is my daughter, Jasmine. She's trying to be an actress. And then she was cast in School Days, which was shot on the campus of Morehouse. I really want to know what the business decision is behind this series coming to an end, because there's still a lot that I thought that could be discussed and a lot of storylines that could, be stretched a little further so we can fully embrace everyone and every character in this series. Because I think they left a lot on the table.
Yes, I want to know why they're not having a season 4, season 5. I wish that production. Yeah, I wish that people were more transparent. I mean, we're in a culture of oversharing as it is right now. So is it budget? Is it the actors? Is it production? Like, what is it? Tell us, because we're locked in. We're invested.
I was vibing with it.
Shoniqua Shandai?
Yeah, I love her. I love everything about her character. I love the way she portrays, the character. She's
Angie.
got she's got some great energy. That storyline with the Girls Trip the musical was just freaking hilarious. I actually want to see that. I love that they celebrated the movie in the way that they do. I don't think people realize that movie's a classic, and that movie did so much for the Essence Fest and the city of New Orleans. Like, they are still reaping the rewards from that. Like, Girls Trip, like for real, put a huge tourism stamp on that. I mean, it was already a dope event. It was visited by hundreds of thousands of people, but Girls Trip took Essence Fest over the top. So I just love that whole Girls Trip, the musical. I thought it was a dope storyline. But my MVP of season 3 is Gail Bean.
Why?
She's good. Because you know what? I don't think she ever got enough credit for what she did in Snowfall. She was like her character, because she played a really, really layered type character in Snowfall, and I never thought she got the credit she deserved as an actress in that series, because everybody was so on Damson,
I mean, can you be mad?
I know, I get it, I got it. But Gail Bean, I the chemistry. I like the chemistry between her and Jerrie Johnson. Yeah,
listen,
it was good coming, and it was the most realistic of the 4 storylines.
Ooh, wait, hold on. I have a comment about that, but I do want to say, quick little backstory. I got the pleasure to sit next to her at the Essence Black Women in Hollywood awards show, and just as great as she is an actress on camera, divine person in real life.
Yeah, she brought like her friend with her. She's a great person.
Great person.
I need her to get more work. I like her. I like that. I thought that was the most realistic storyline. I did. I mean, Girls Trip the musical, that's the fun storyline, but no, so sorry.
Angie's storyline, Angie's growth. First of all, Angie is the comedic cousin we all can't live without. Also, she's great in real life and in person. She's a great person. Angie's engaged. She has this arc of like changing her life, but still being who she is. She's still authentically herself. And I appreciate that. She has gone from, I think when she started out, she was doing like music, and then her music deal failed.
Over the 3 seasons, her character had the most growth. The thing that crushed me with her storyline is the guy that they cast to be her potential husband was whack. It was the character. She wouldn't fall for that dude.
That's the beauty of it. It's because that's who you don't. It's the unexpected. They met at a wedding reception or something, stealing a bottle, and he teaches her how to ride a bike.
I know. I'm not saying it's a bad storyline. Anyway. But Quinn's storyline's kind of like, and we can't give away any of it. That was a little flammy though. I prefer based in reality.
It's not. I mean, I liked Quinn flirting with her sexuality in season 2.
That was better. But they abandoned all that.
It's rushed. It's rushed. We need to know why there's not going to be a season 4, because they rushed through this. And don't get me wrong, the fashion still hits. The hair is still slayed and laid. The interior design still gives inspo. The writing is there for some of the characters, not for everybody.
They took the DNA from Girlfriends. Thank you, Mara Brock-Akil, and ran with it. They did. Everybody, when you do these types of series, please give respect, pay respects to the origins. We can't be like Sex and the City, who didn't do that. It's Girlfriends. The origins, the DNA goes back to Girlfriends.
I mean, it truly does. And I would love to know what Tracy Oliver and Amy Poehler and Pharrell's relationship is like. So that, to me, I was like, oh.
Congrats to Tracy Oliver. You pulled it off. I mean, I'm not, 3 dope seasons. I'm not knocking season 3 that hard, because I did enjoy all 6 episodes. I was also a little bummed that there was only 6 episodes. Like, can I get 8? Can I get 10? Can we go back in the Wayback Machine? Give me 13.
Yeah,
You
that
know
would
what
have
I do
helped.
love that they churn out. It's almost too many episodes. I can hardly keep up, but I love how Netflix just churns out massive amounts of episodes for the Upshaws. Like they just like, and it's fun. I needed the same amount of episodes from Harlem because the Upshaws they almost like on episode what 120. It's been
So
like
if I'm being really transparent and honest
you
on
don't
this
watch it.
platform, I haven't seen not one, not now one episode of the Upshots.
Oh my God, how have you not? It's the best. It's the
There's so
best
much
when,
content.
but it's the best when you got like stuff to do around the house. It's the
Okay,
perfect.
no. See, that sounds like it's background noise, and that to me
No,
isn't.
no, 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 no. It's just you don't have to like stare at the TV to get the plot points. And sometimes you need stuff where you can move around and watch. Like I can't just be locked down watching. That's a lot of time commitment. I need to maybe like glance at the phone and like you ain't gonna miss nothing. It's like that, It's like just
Okay, and don't get me wrong, I love the cast. I'm aware of the cast, love the cast.
okay. No, no,
There's just so much content.
yeah, it's too much. But no, I appreciated all three seasons. The third season perhaps not as strong as one or two, but I'm just still gonna say kudos to Tracy Oliver. Before I say I can't wait to see what she does next, I do want to beg her for more of this.
Yeah, like what do we got to do? We have to start one of those
One of those
change.org
campaigns.
petitions. Like, what do we got to do? Because
Let's
listen,
go more.
season one was like the writing was so good. It was so relevant. It was so on point. What did I write? They wrote about like fibroids, white fragility,
No, season one
PWIs.
was money. Season
Like
one was money.
it was so good, and it was relevant, but they made it relatable and it was comical. We need more of that. Like
No,
bring
they're
all
always
that back.
fun. No, the humor is always there. There, okay, a lot of the episodes are funny and it's good. And I'm a Meagan Good stan. Like, I mean, I actually know Meagan Good personally, so I mean, she's cool people. She cool people.
She is.
She made a couple of Hidden Empire Film Group movies when I was there.
Hey, come on,
Yeah.
Shawn. Shout it out. Shout it out.
Yeah, she's part of the Hidden Empire Film Group family. So yeah, back in the day. So no, she's cool people. I love this, but at the very least, can we get a spinoff with Jasmine Guy, Whoopi Goldberg, and Bevy Smith's characters? Because I love them.
Oh yes, the aunties of Harlem or something like that.
Something, man. Something. I love it.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, congrats to Amazon. Congrats to Tracy Oliver. You guys pulled it off. I just need more. I need more.
We do
I
more.
need more. I
Yes.
want more. We should
One
all
of my favorite lines, I think, was like in season one when Ty was like, "It's your highness, Rick," in the boardroom because it was a white guy thinking that her assistant was the owner of her company, and I was just like, "Yes, like this is what we need.
good
More
stuff.
of
There was some good
this."
stuff. There was this series threw out a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. Well received. Well received. Incredible cast. Yeah, congrats. I'm a fan. I just want more. Because like I said, season 3 felt like 6 recaps.
Yes, and there's a lot, like there's really good character development, like the dynamics of the ladies, how they're intertwined in their relationships with one another, like all those things can be revisited and like amped up.
I just knew I knew this was coming to an end. Even if you wouldn't have told me it was coming to an end, the pregnancy storyline is always the quickest way to end something. That's how it's done.
How many claps are you giving Harlem, the series as a whole?
Oh, Harlem, the series as a whole is 4 out of 5. Definitely 4 out of 5 clap as a whole. Now, if I had to do claps for each season 1, strong 4 claps. Season 2, 3.5 claps. And season 3 claps.
Yep, I think I'm right on par with you. Except for season 1, I'm giving 5 claps.
Okay,
I was dialed in.
I can tell you felt it.
I really, really enjoyed it.
And you're the target audience, so that's valid. Those are valid claps. When you critique something, the number one rule is always understanding the demo.
Yes, know your audience.
Right, you got to know the audience. You got to know, because everything ain't made for everybody. You got to know the audience. So those are valid claps coming from
Yes, I mean, again, hair, inspo, interior design was giving inspiration and how people wanted to set their houses, and the fashion fit each character like a glove, from the nails to the jewelry. Like it was it was giving everything that it needed to give, plus great characters.
Right,
Season 2 for me was 4 out of 5.
Okay.
Season 3, 3 out of 5. Like,
we agree on season 3 for real. Yeah, I know. It just, I love the word you use, rush. And then, like I said, it felt like 6 recaps. But there's no shade. No shade.
No shade. Again,
no shade
this series as a whole for me is 4 out of 5. Like, it's a good series. It was done right. I just feel like I need to know why season 3 just felt like a one and done. Thank you, son. Like, hit and quit it. We out.
Yeah. And also season 3 for me, I also needed some more Harlem. Because I like that aspect in season 1 and 2. Like, it's almost like they forgot they went hard. No, let me keep reminding. No, keep showcasing. Keep reminding me. Keep telling me where you are. That's beautiful.
Yes,
because that's a part of New York that doesn't get a lot of shine.
That, and also people can't always get to those type of places. Like, traveling could be expensive for some people.
No, most people don't travel. Right. And for people who do travel to New York, here's something that I always like to emphasize. Harlem is Manhattan.
Let them know.
No, because people try to separate it a lot. No, Harlem's Manhattan. It's the borough of Manhattan. It's just further up the street.
Yeah, and like again, season 1, they talked about the gentrification and like
which is real. I know.
Yeah, like, so what's going on in Harlem now? Like, there's just so much you could do.
I got a buddy of mine, Craig Tyson, lives in Harlem. Whenever I'm in New York, I stop by his crib, man. Dude's balling, man. Got a big old house in the middle of Harlem. I'm like, dude, do your thing.
See, like,
do your
people
thing.
want to see that. People who can't get to those places.
All right.
Just so much.
When we sign off on this show, though, I'm gonna try to track down Tracy Oliver and be like, girl, we need to talk.
What do we got to do?
We got to do. What we got, or maybe maybe it was scheduling. I know a lot of times it's scheduling, but I haven't heard of any future projects for any of the characters. I don't know. I'm gonna track her down. We'll have an update.
These are questions that need answers, Shawn. So you're the
biggest note. That's the biggest note we got. Why did this come to an end so abruptly?
Yes, that's the note.
Why is it done? I haven't had a chance to, because this is the most beautiful thing about streaming. If you haven't had a chance to even watch the series yet, go back, start at number 1, and go all the way through. Like, that's the beautiful thing. Once these series are made, they live on these platforms forever. So if you haven't had a chance to check out Harlem, go back to the beginning and check it out. Start at 1. Don't skip any episodes, and go all the way through all 3. So there you have it. Thank you, Amazon Prime. All right, as you can see, we always got notes, and we have lots of notes, but we appreciate y'all for chilling with us, sticking with us. And if you got notes, let us know, and check back in next week for our notes on all, and I mean all, the latest releases.
Don't forget to subscribe and like the We Got Notes podcast on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or wherever you listen to podcasts.